Hey everybody, Tom Miller here. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday. Just want to check in with you all for a couple minutes. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Tom Miller here, and just wanted to talk about. I just read this great post by Russell Brunson, and Russell is he's an incredible leader who runs um, uh, um, ClickFunnels. Sorry, ClickFunnels. I lost my brain there for a second. He runs ClickFunnels, and that's just an organization that helps small businesses. But he just had this great post. I'm going to read it for you. He said, I think so many of us think tactically, which tactics are so important, and that's how we get things done. But it takes us stopping from it and stepping back and looking at things more strategically to figure out how to jump 5, 10, or 20 tiers, just instead of taking that next step forward. Okay, so he says making a big change is not going to happen by you doing the next step. It's stepping back and saying what's the next big thing, right? What's the next big domino? And so if you're struggling, to step back and look at things more strategically. Step back, and I was like, oh my gosh, like what a perfect time for me to hear that, because I'm we're really blessed as an organization here at Leaders Building Leaders, and we've got lots of things going on, book studies and team leadership trainings, and heavily consulting with a couple schools, and we just had a bunch of grants get approved, and more grants are going. We're just constantly in the work. And so I see this a lot with school leaders, that they get so busy doing things that they don't always have the time to step back and really look and ask, is it working? Are we getting the results that we desire to see? It reminds me of earlier this year, maybe you were part of it, we had our Win Every Day book study. And in there's a quote that says, the results we are generating are perfectly aligned with the systems, structure, and practices that we have in place. And if we make no significant changes, I can confidently predict similar outcomes in the near future. Now, what does that mean? It means that, the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again, but expect different results. But because as leaders, right, we're so ingrained in the work, in the technician part of the work, that we don't talk about the execution of the strategy. Heck, we might not even know what the strategy is. Okay, so instead of really diving into more work, ask yourself: Does everybody know what the strategy is? Right? What's the strategy to execute this goal? What is working? What is not working for us? And so when we do that, when we understand what the strategy is, and we can talk about it on a daily basis, right? Like, let's say you're trying to increase enrollment. What's the strategy? Maybe you're trying to increase academics, right? Or to increase students' performance on their upcoming exams, right? Well, what's the strategy from today to the first test? And so you can't just work faster. You can't just work harder. You have to be able to work more strategically and have ensured you have a strategy, and everybody understands the strategy through tireless communication over and over and over again to be able to do that. Okay, so what I encourage you to do, right, is, if just like Russell said, if you're struggling, right, if everything seems to be like unraveling around you, it's okay. What is it that I'm trying to achieve? What is the strategy that we are using, or I'm using, to achieve this goal? When am I blocking off time per day to execute that strategy? How am I measuring it, right? Because I need to be able to excel at execution. Like, I mean, that's an important piece, right? So what am I trying to achieve? What's the strategy that I'm using to achieve? What is the time that I have blocked off to work on this, the execution of this strategy? How am I measuring the success of this strategy to get to these results? And if I can't communicate those four, what's my goal? What's my strategy? When am I doing it? And is it working basically? Then take a step back. Take a step back because again, I'll say it again, the results that you are generating are perfectly aligned with the systems, structure, and practices that you have in place. And if you make no significant changes, you're going to get the same results in the future. So, what is your action step, right? Your action step is okay, what am I trying to achieve? What am I trying to get to? What's the strategy that I'm using to get to? Does everybody know that strategy on my team, right? Everybody able to communicate that strategy? When are we doing that strategy? And is it working? And if it's not working, okay, why is it not working? Is everybody equipped to do it? Does everybody understand it? Have they had the training that they've had to be able to get there? And I'm going to keep on talking about this, strategy piece because I'm starting to unravel a lot of data around the organizational structure, how many individuals that school leaders are supervising. I mean, there's a lot of issues, right, that are going into the reasons for your busyness. But remember, we only get the same 24 hours in a day, 168 hours in a week, right? So, so how are we using that time? How are we effectively using that time? How are we making sure that we're clear with the goal? We're all clear with the strategy. We know when we're doing the strategy. We know how we're doing the strategy. We know how we're measuring the strategy and how we're making progress towards that goal. If you want to learn more about what we do, come to our website, lbleaders.com. We coach, we train, we consult, we write grants, we execute on those strategies that you need to improve your school. If I said something you liked, don't forget to rate, like, and share this video. And if you're listening on the podcast, be sure you subscribe. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Oh, and happy Mother's Day to all those mothers out there. Bye-bye.